Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and our boy has gotten his EZA. Now, judging from what I've seen, it did seem to me like more people were excited about AGL Super Vegito getting his EZA than any previous unit or any other unit I've ever seen, right? There is also a growing swell of people who are excited for Physical Vegito Blue to get his EZA, but it seemed like this was the main one people were ecstatic for because, you know, the original best unit in the game, right, who pretty much like changed the game on release was SDR Gogeta, right? Then after that, when Vegito came around, he became the best unit in the game, the counter mechanic utterly broken. They did do very mild changes to him. They didn't go crazy, right? The big thing for him is he has way more attack now, almost 19,000 attack, which is like LR territory. And he gets a 40% attack and defensive buff when he is hit for that turn, as soon as he is hit. And then when your HP falls below 40%, you could see enemy super attacks, but you're probably not going to get that very often. Now, here's the thing. This first turn we got is a perfect example of why some people were disappointed. I do understand. It's because this guy it's all about counters and stuff like that, right? You're always going to want him on rotation. You're most of the time going to want him in the first slot, right? Well, right here, Vegito can't even really have that big of an effect on this turn, right? I mean, he does now give, what is it, a 35% attack buff, I believe, on his super attack, which was buffed from 30% previously. So that's good. Like, he's still going to give the rotation extra damage, but we're not really able to see how crazy he's going to be. Namek Goku also has Prepare for Battle and Shocking Speed like that Vegito does, so that's going to be really good. But I'm probably just going to leave transforming Vegito right here for now, and we'll go ahead and let them get to work. I should mention, too, a couple of things while I'm right here at the start of the video. Number one, this Android 13, okay, so he's at 1 million right there. That's with no support. That's without his passive active. That's, you know, we're not going to see any counters on this turn. So, you know, that first turn is kind of rough, but, like, this is literally, like, the worst he's going to look, pretty much. Like, you know, outside of not having the Super Saiyan Link active, like, you know, it's going to be better, like, every single turn from here. Let me brush this Trunks off. My original idea for this video is that I wanted SDR Gogeta to be alongside Vegito, but, you know, like, my rotations never work out that way when I do these videos. It doesn't work the way I want it to, right? I wanted Gogeta and Vegito, like, the two icons, you know, to be side by side dominating, but, you know, it is what it is. What can I say? Gogeta is still pretty good as well with his EZA. I don't really talk about SCR Gogeta's EZA that much, but he is fantastic, right? I am actually really excited to see what Gogeta's EZA is going to look like. Woo, boy. The only thing is, at that point, like, SCR Gogeta, outside of, like, Battlefield or, like, some Super Battle Road stage or something like that, or EZA, you know, he really is going to largely be replaced, unfortunately, for our boy. Okay, so now we got a better turn right here. Bardock is going to be able to give a little bit of support. Nothing crazy. What does Bardock give? 20%, I believe. Still better than nothing, right? So Bardock will be able to give Vegito some support. Plus, Vegito will actually be able to get hit this time, and we're actually going to be able to see his passive activate. So his damage is definitely going to shoot way up. I presume he's going to do so much damage on these counters that 13 is probably going to be done in this turn, even with the two physical type units around. So let's see. All right, so there his attack and defense goes up. And now, okay, what is that, 1.82? Wha-bam! Yeah, say goodbye. Yep, look at this. Look at this. I'm telling y'all right now, 1.17 million damage on a counter. Look at that. Like, I understand it's quick to go, like, because people were setting themselves up for failure, like, oh, Vegito's going to be so busted, he's going to replace Kale and Caulifla as the best unit in the game. Like, they could have done that, yes, but they chose not to. I am actually probably going to use a King Yama right here. This might seem crazy, but this 13 actually hits super hard when he super attacks. I don't know. I probably didn't need to do that with, well, my Goku hasn't really built up his ki. I don't want to super attack with Gogeta right here because I don't want to finish 13 off, and I really feel like we still could finish him off. Oh, if only we had Vegito on this turn where he's attacking like 5 times in that first slot. Oh, that's what we want. Vegito would melt this Android 13, right? But yeah, it was never, I think, realistic that Vegito was going to become the god of Dokkan again. Like, I thought, like, you know, the chances were high that he could be the best TUR in the game. Unfortunately, he's not. I do think Cooler is definitely better than him still. But, you know, maybe if you want, you could say Vegito's better than Janemba. I probably would take Janemba over Vegito, but I probably do like Vegito better than like Kaioken Blue Goku, who's really good. Maybe even better than like Tech Golden Frieza, who's also really good. Vegito is definitely strong. You know, they could have done better, but he's very, very strong. So here's the situation. Normally, it would be better for us to have Trunks super attack first, right? Because he's going to give a little bit of an attack buff. But we need Vegito to get hit so he can activate his 40% attack and defense. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and it's just over. Like 13, again, is going to be turned into, like, melted cheese or butter or something right here. It's over. Bye, 13. Have fun. Boop! Okay. And now, like, is 13 even going to... Well, okay, his defense is so high that the counters... Okay, wait a minute. No. Vegito, please counter, or please crit. I was bigging him up. Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at those health bars fall. 2.28. Yeah, 13 actually has ridiculously high defense. That's why, you know, I have always said you do want to make sure that you go full crits for counter units. It is very, very important that counter units have full crits, because crits, like, a lot of times these counters in the really difficult events, they don't really make a difference, like, until they start critting. Especially, like, as, again, 13 is just a Dokkan Fest event, and even this guy with almost 19,000 attack was doing 300 damage on a counter. So, like, you need to get those crit counters. So any counter units, not the ones that counter super attacks where there's a low chance or something like that, it's not really that important, but these units that counter normal attacks, you must do full crit. It's so much more important to give counter units full crit than any other build for any other type of unit. It's like, you know, like, if you go full dodge any unit, who cares? It's not, like, once they're rainbow, they're so strong anyway. It doesn't really matter that much. But counter units, you gotta go full crit. You have to. Otherwise, you're just really minimizing the effect that they can have, right? So there was Vegito on the Super Saiyan category team. Unfortunately, we can't really run him on the Buu Saga team because there's only, like, the STR base form SR Vegito as a free-to-play lead, and then there's the Gohan and Videl who are like a 50% lead, and then Physical Super Vegito. So we have to wait to use AGL Vegito on the Buu Arc team until a new leader comes out, which, you know, I'm telling y'all right now, I think New Year's, my prediction is base form Vegito transforms into Super Saiyan, new Majin Buu Arc leader. That's my New Year's prediction. At that point, we could see this guy on that team, but for now, we'll just go to the Potara team. Alright guys, so now we are on the Potara team. Of course, you know, the Big Daddy team. This is a team that I do love getting buffed because buffs come so infrequently to it. But now that we got this bad man on the team, oh boy, are we good. So this is a rotation you can rock. I mean, we got a little bit unlucky with Ki right here. No matter what I do, right, with Vegito, we're not going to be able to get a super attack. It happens here and there. I'm probably just going to use a shoe item, honestly. And I think I'm also going to super attack you, because I want to keep you guys around as long as possible. And I'm going to have you super attack that one. And let me go ahead and pop a shoe item. So this is going to be a pretty good turn, of course, for AGL Super Vegito. This is going to be a big opportunity for him to flex his nuts all over the place, because he could do a lot of damage on a turn like this. I'm not going to have this Vegito super attack. Now, what I was starting to say earlier about the Android 13... Okay, so there goes that attack and defense, and now get out of his way, because everything just gets incinerated. Here, Vegito is not able to reduce damage. Oh, that's 3 dodge right there. Vegito is not able to reduce damage from super attacks, and he doesn't counter super attacks. People who thought he was going to do that, I mean, let's chill. Like that was just unrealistic. If Vegito, let's say Vegito is exactly the same, but he also reduced damage from super attacks, I would think he is better than Kale and Caulifla at that point. Like, just the fact that he would be immune to damage, basically. He'd be Tech Golden Frieza, except he counters. Like, yeah, he's the best unit in the game, but there's just, that was always, I thought, incredibly unrealistic. Though that was like, you know, one of those pipe dream type things. Like, you know, how busted can they really make him? And, you know, the answer is they could have went really crazy, but they chose not to. But yeah, so the Android 13 Dokkan Festival event, and the Android 13 Dokkan Festival, well, like, I mean, like the boss event, and then the story event. Both of those were extended until the end of the month. I believe the 30th, they now go away. So, you know, what that is basically telling us is that we're about to get LR Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku. That's what that means. So, I do expect that to be, maybe not the next banner on JP, but like the next major banner on JP should be that LR Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku. That's like if that happens, it's not even one of those things where I go, oh, I called it. It's like it was just so freaking obvious. Like, of course, right? Like that's all it's gonna be. And also, it seems this little Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku was confirmed by the official global Twitter, which does have one now. It does seem like it was confirmed that he has Kaioken in his name. That's the other thing I wanted to touch on in this video. So those are big deals. Like that's a really big deal. All right, so now we have Supreme Opie of Time. Again, it's always hard to tell if she has her full support type passive active, but we'll be able to see Vegito here with support, with his links active, without his 40% attack and defensive buff. 1.44, again, that's without his 40% attack buff right there. Not bad. Like he's able to really impact these events. Like, there's no doubt about that. And, counter units, the thing about them is, like, they're always going to be good moving forward, because what's one way they make events harder? They have the boss hit more. So, like, it's just Vegito is always going to be strong in these events because the bosses are just going to continue to hit harder and harder and harder and harder. And it's like, now that this man Vegito has a 19,000 attack stat, like, and he's able to crit, like, he's always... Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's why this unit is still really good, by the way. LR Vegito and LR Gogeta, like, they don't even need to fuse. They're really strong. Like, that's impressive. Double-digit damage. I mean, again, this Cell Dokkan Fest event was, what, 4 months old or something like that? Like, this is a pretty recent one. And Vegito was just like, nah, I'm good. You're going to do double digits right here, and you're going to like it, bitch. Okay. So I don't know. We'll get a turn or two more from our boy Vegito. Oh, I really hope... well, okay, I want to do this anyway. I was going to say I hope Vegito doesn't finish him when I super attack first, but I need AGL Vegito in the first slot right here. That's what I need. Okay, so again, this will probably be the highest attack stat we're going to see from our boy AGL. No, actually... No, we're probably going to finish Cell off right here. Yeah, okay, well... Get punked, Cell. Let me actually hop back in one more time, because I do want to get that attack stat right there of Vegito, Supreme 5 time, and Super Vegito. Alright, guys, so we're back in an event. I figured we'd do, like, 2 more rotations of Vegito. Again, I just want to give this guy as good of a look as we possibly can. Because, again, I know that for a lot of people, this is, like... This is more hype than even, like, a new Dokkan Fest exclusive or something like that, because this unit, this Vegito, people have had for years, right? So, like, people rainbowed this guy probably a long time ago. He used to be on a lot of banners, and so they might have him rainbowed, they might have him ready to go from years ago, and now he's going to become a contender for best unit in the game again. All right, so here's an example of Vegito's weakness, super attacks. He's not great on it, but as long as he's hit by a normal attack first, he can still defend a little bit, right? The worst nightmare for Vegito is if he is immediately super attacked, so his defense is not even in play or anything like that. That's what you don't want to see, but that can happen here and there. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, this is bad. I don't want to... Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to cut until the next Vegito turn, because I have a feeling that we're... Okay. All right, so finally, I've had to jump into this event several times, but finally, AGL Super Vegito will be able to put his nuts down on the table. This, I believe, is probably his best rotation. There might be something that's a little bit better, but this will give us a good, solid number for him on the Potara team. This is a semi-realistic rotation as well, having Tech Vegito around, because he is really good still. Supreme Opie of Time, you definitely want her on the team, right? And we're up to a 2.27 attack stat. I think he can get a little bit higher than that. So it looks like the Supreme Opie of Time did not out of her full passive there. All right, let me hop back into the event for like the 5th time in a row. All right, guys. So no matter what, this is going to be the finale here, because I've been trying to... Every once in a while, bad luck happens. I hope that Supreme Opie of Time has her full passive active here. I just kept getting bad luck. I'd get the rotation, and then they're not attacking at the start of turn, and just all types of nonsense happens. So let's go ahead and see what our boy Vegito is capable of doing right here. Okay, so 323,000 crit. I think her passive is not active. I'm pretty sure it's not active right here. Vegito got hit very hard on that super attack, because, again, that's his weakness. Yeah, 2.27, so... I'm just going to go ahead and walk away right here, because... Come on! Dude. All right, guys, so we'll do this one more time. I mean, at the very least, we're getting a nice little test drive from our boy Super Vegito. Okay, so let's see what numbers he puts up here. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of a spoiler for my Super Vegito against the Legendary Goku event, but, you know, oh well, it is what it is. So, okay, boom, there we go, passive activated. I don't even know. I mean, I guess this, okay, yeah, 2.44 million, there we go. There was a Supremo Pie time with her full passive active. Remember, he could get a little bit higher if he did a double super attack. You know, he could probably get to, like, what, 2.67 or something like that, 2.68, maybe like 2.7. That's pretty good, considering all the extra damage he would be able to do, also along with his counters, right? And especially once we get to sections of the fight like this, where Int UI Goku attacks 20 times per turn, and, you know, STR UI Goku attacks 1,000,000 times per turn, it's actually pretty good that we're going to be able to get that many counters and all that stuff, right? All right, guys, so here he is. Unparalleled Golden Key. Always did love that name. Super Vegito. His leader skill is AGL type Key 4 and 100% stats, so of course that's going to be incredibly good for Dokkan Battlefield. His super attack is the Spirit Sword, which does immense damage and raises allies' attack by 35% for one turn. So, of course, that's a nice little attack buff that he's going to give to the entire rotation. His passive skill, Flawless Combat, lets him get a 40% attack and defensive buff for only that turn after he receives an attack. And then he foresees enemy super attacks when HP is 40% or less. So, I mean, you know, that would be a lot better if it was a little bit higher. Maybe they could have given him 60% HP or 50% HP, but, I mean, that's something you're probably not going to see too often, right? And then he, of course, reduces damage by normal attacks by 80% and counters with tremendous power. The counterpart is, of course, where this man is just wild, right? Then his links are Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle, Power Bestowed by God, Fuse Fighter, Shocking Speed, and Fierce Battle. So he has one of the best link sets in the game. You know, Prepared for Battle and Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Super Saiyan. Just crazy. Like, he has a monster link set, right? His 12 key multiplier is 150%. Obviously, very, very good. And then our boy is on 3 category teams. First off, he's on the Majin Buu arc team, where unfortunately, as of right now, we can't use him on this team. But I'm thinking that soon we're going to get a new Majin Buu arc leader. We really badly need it. Then over here, he's on the Potara team, which will probably be his best team. You know, Supremo Pie of Time being a monster addition to that team recently. And then finally, he is on the Super Saiyan category team, a ridiculously strong team with all these Gogeta and Vegito units on it. Oh, yeah. So there we go. There is AGL, Vegito's EZA. Some people might be underwhelmed, but he is very, very powerful. I guess really the complaint you could say is that he is balanced, and I would argue that they did balance this Vegito. But like Gohan and Goten exist, and Kale and Khalifa exist, and they are not balanced. I would argue that STR Cooler is also not balanced. So I know it does rub people the wrong way when it's like, okay, we'll let Kale and Khalifa be the best unit in the game. We'll let STR Cooler be the best TUR in the game, right? Cooler is a cool character, but he's not Super Saiyan Vegito, right? That's who people want to be the best TUR. But hey, you know, we could see a Super Saiyan Vegito be the best TUR pretty soon. Majin Buu arc leader, I think a transforming base form one, that would be really cool. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.